What's up, everybody? Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? I think so. All right, that's what I'm talking about. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Alex? I see Alex. I see Carla Friday, one of my favorites. I see Julie. I see my man Jay in the house. Yes, Yolanda. Yes, yes, yes. I want to welcome everybody. This is the 17th session of Mentor Monday. And like 16 sessions prior to tonight, it's really about practical advice for your big dreams, right? Practical advice. And what I love about this, and quite honestly, this is my favorite part of the week, is we get a chance to pull on, someone who is living, living almost the dreams that we have, right? And we get a chance to kind of dissect and find out how they got there, how are they doing it, how are they sustaining themselves. And tonight is no different. Tonight is a very, very special night. I actually have not one, but I have two special guests for you. A matter of fact, the producers, Ella, for example, Ella Rucker, everyone that's working on the Mentor Monday team, they don't even know about my second surprise, right? So we're going to talk about the surprises in just a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to say this. I want to say, what are you drinking? What are you drinking tonight? That's the big question, right? What was really interesting is that Blue Moon sent me a tweet today, and I think Blue Moon was trying to encourage me to pull up with a Blue Moon tonight. And I was thinking about it because Blue Moon's one of my favorite drinks. Yeah, I see everyone. Yeah, yeah. Jay Hurts like do the Blue Moon, but I want to ask you guys, how in the world could I pull on someone like we have tonight and not be drinking not one, not two, but tonight we're going with a three. It's a three. Yeah, it's a three red stripe night tonight. Here you go. Yep, that's right. It's a three red stripe tonight. And so, yeah, of course, of course. So it's a three red stripe. So I want to make sure that you. Oh, there's Ella. Ella is on the screen. Look, she didn't want to do that, but that is Ella Rucker. That's our producer, Ella, right there. She said, "Oh my gosh." That was Ella popping on the screen. I think Ella's had one too many red stripe already. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Um, we are going to first, before we bring on our guests, I want to say something very quickly outside of what I'm drinking. This is very, very important. Is that what's great about Mentor Monday is that we're expanding. New partnerships are coming into the fold, and I have a good friend out of Texas. His name is Lincoln Steffens, and I know Lincoln is on there. What's up? Shout out to Lincoln. He's the founder of a nonprofit organization called the Marcus Graham Project. And really, what they do is they train the next leaders and managers, really, in advertising, media, and marketing. And he watched the last Mentor Monday. He thought it was great, and so we formed a partnership. And now members of the Marcus Graham Project are going to be a part of not just the Mentor Monday community, but now they're also going to be a part of Mentor Monday Mastermind. So they'll be forming their own mastermind and meeting right after these sessions. There's Lincoln Stephan saying, "What's up?" Everybody say, "What's up?" Yeah, great, great project. So everyone say, "What's up?" to the Marcus Graham Project members. Let's give them a warm welcome. Everybody knows what the Mentor Monday community is about. It's about good vibes, good content, right? And we want to make sure that we welcome them. So, what's up to everybody at the Marcus Graham Project? Thank you for joining us. All right. So, tonight, let's bring on our guests, and Ella, give me a second to do a proper introduction. So, you know, what's really interesting about tonight is that it's rare that we have someone come on who is an artist, who's an entrepreneur, who's a leader within the community, someone who is a philanthropist, right? Someone who is just multi-talented, multi-dimensional. But I'm going to say this, and this is, I was thinking, is this the appropriate thing to say? But I'm going to say this because this is something that I passionately believe in, is that, I know there's royalty all around the world, right? There's royalty in, many, many different countries. But when I think about royalty, and I think about royalty related to me. If I was within the constituency, who would my royal family be? I consider the person that we're talking to tonight the princess. And that's the honest to God truth. That's how I that's how I consider her. And so for that, I definitely want to make sure that everyone gives a very, very, very warm welcome to none other than Cedella Marley. Uh, Ella, if we could bring her on, we're going to go right into some amazing questions here. There she is. Hello.
How are you?
Very good.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
All right. Super, super. Well,
absolutely.
welcome. Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you.
I tell you what, I have to start with the question about what are you drinking? Are you drinking anything right now?
I am actually drinking Marley coffee because it's way past my bedtime, and I just have to keep up. So I'm sipping on Marley coffee. No red stripe for me. But right after this, I will be having a glass of red wine.
Okay, okay. Glass of red wine after this. Okay, I love it. So I tell you what, I have a surprise. I have never brought this person on. There's someone who I want to bring on right now. I've never brought this person on to Mentor Monday. The Mentor Monday audience has never seen this person live. I want this person to come on here, come on here with me for a second. So I want you to meet someone. This,
Oh, hi.
this is my son Kingston,
Hi, Kingston.
and he want. Did you say hi, buddy? Hi. Okay, and the reason why I wanted to bring him on is because this shows you that nothing just happens, and it shows you the power of God. You said, what did you say, buddy? You can say it again. What did you say? Okay, he's
What
thinking,
is it, a
but
book?
absolutely, this is what's interesting is way before, obviously we were aware of you coming on. We were given these two books by
Nice.
by friends of ours, and these books are this guy's favorite books, and he wanted to come on just to say thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Enjoy them, Kingston.
All right, all right, all right. See you, buddy. All right. Time for bed. Time for bed. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
so sweet.
Yeah. So he was waiting up. He was waiting up to be able to tell you that. So thank you very much. It's incredible. He loves. I'm going to tell you why he loves those books. He loves those books, and you as a parent, I know you know this, is that it's so hard to find books that have a message told through the eyes of someone that looks like you, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
And
Absolutely.
obviously it was very powerful for him. So I thank you. I just thank you very much for that. Um,
You're
s-
welcome.
Thank you. So Ambassador Marley, Ambassador Marley. I want to talk
Sound
about.
good, right?
Absolutely. It sounds great. It sounds great. I want to talk about how we get to the ambassadorship, but here's my first question to you is that obviously you are doing so many things. I mean, you're involved with so many activities, but yet it seems to me that philanthropy is at the top of your list. So, A, I want to know, am I correct in observing that? And if so, why? I mean, of all the things you could do anything you want on this planet, why would philanthropy be number one for you?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's something that in my family I have seen. So, I've learned by example. My mother and my father, they've always been people who are always giving back. And I believe we must give back. Um, in 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 many professions, women still have to show their strength in order to persevere. And taking on the ambassador role was just a way for me to use my voice to help Jamaican women become stronger, and not just Jamaican women, just women who are interested in participating in what is a male-dominated sport. So, through all of our charities, the Bob Marley Foundation, OneLove.org, it's just Urge, which is Ziggy's charity. It was something that was bred in us. You give and you receive. So
Right.
that's just our philosophy.
Right. I love it. I love it. So you know what? I see the hashtag strike hard. I've seen that hashtag a lot. I've seen that moniker strike hard. Can you tell the audience and me what exactly does strike hard mean?
Strike hard. I mean, first of all, I should introduce my cousin Mishra, who's sitting here. Is my, we're the Wonder Twins. Good night, folks. I don't
Hey,
drink, but
I can't see her. You have to tell her to come on camera. I can't see her.
come on in.
There she
She'll
is.
be here. Not ready for prime time, but hey.
You're always ready. You look good. You look good. I like that. You look good.
Yeah.
There you go. You look
She
comfortable
don't
too.
she don't need to drink. She don't need to drink. No. She don't need to drink. Well, strike hard. We we kind of when we got into the whole Reggae Girlz situation, because it really is a situation. We in order to help the girls to to realize what we really were being faced with, which is a challenge. The girls are really faced with a challenge. And so we were here and we're just kicking around different ideas. And we just said, you know what? They have to come hard. They have to they have to be ready. They have to be prepared. And we just said to strike hard. And I mean it have a kind of football vibe to it too. And it means much more. It means to us, it means you really have to work hard and focus to achieve your goal and success in life, in anything that you choose to do. And if you just go into it and believe in that, well, it's a challenge, but you're going to give it your all and you're going to strike hard, anything is possible.
Right, right.
So that's how the
Absolutely.
hashtag strike hard came about.
Absolutely. And obviously you're referring to, is it the Reggae Girls? Is that the moniker for the Jamaican women football? I was going to say soccer, but
Yes,
they're the football team.
yes, yes,
Okay.
it is.
All right. Super, super. So here's a question. And this, it's interesting because, when I think about the Marley family, and I think about you in particular, I think about exactly what you just said, strike hard, right? No matter what you're doing in sports, in life, strike hard. But where or what would you say your most significant roadblock has been or your most significant hurdle in life? Because I think a lot of people may look at you from the outside and think, oh, you know what? She probably has it easy. Why does she have to strike hard? Like she probably has it easy. But I'm beginning to think, no, no, you did not have it easy. So what do you think was the most significant obstacle in your life where you had to strike hard?
Wow, I think being born a female,
Wow.
just being being a girl, um, and just in Jamaican culture, and in the Rastafarian society, women were to be seen and not heard. You were supposed to stay pregnant and in the kitchen. Um, and I think just growing up, thankfully, I had, one of the strongest women, who's my mom, to really be the role model who just said, no, you can actually do anything you set yourself up. And you know what's funny? Because with every challenge, it's almost like say it kind of turned me on in a weird kind of way to to just be able to say, "Ha, you really thought I couldn't do that? Well, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that too."
Right. Right.
So yeah, I've never stopped looking for. I embrace every single challenge that comes.
Sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we just lost her. Yes, I was right into it. Let's see, Ella, let's see if we can get okay, here she comes. She's coming back. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. It looks look Spreecast was hitting us. Spreecast was trying to strike hard on us by dropping this on us. But no worries. I think we got exactly what you said. And that, it's interesting because through your work, through your art, through your fashion, right? Even through your style now, I feel like there's feist, that there's fight. Um, when in thinking about that, there's probably no one better to represent the Jamaican girls football team than you. So tell me and tell the audience, how can we all support the Reggae Girls, right? But tell the audience this: why should we support? Why should someone say that's right now watching this in New York City or in Washington, D.C., who maybe has never even traveled to Jamaica? Why should they support the women's football team in Jamaica?
Well, I mean, on a whole, studies just show that professional women athletes are not as well supported or equally rewarded as their male counterparts. Um, and these girls, it's not that these girls can't play. Basically, they're being told, well, you know what, you can play, but right now you're going to have to figure it out yourself because we can't fund you.
Okay,
And mind you, they're representing our national team.
right.
This is not some club. They're representing Jamaica. So, I mean, when you kind of check it out and you feel the vibes, that is really how it's almost like they're getting set up for failure. And I don't, as Daddy would say, I don't especially dig that. Yeah, I don't especially dig that. I don't especially dig that. So I
Okay.
mean, you guys, Mentor Monday community and persons around the world can actually help us to close that gap with the Reggae Girls campaign. So please go on Reggae Girls GoFundMe page and $10, $5, whatever dollar. It doesn't, whatever it is, it's better than what they have. They don't have anything right now. I mean, but through our campaign, we've been able to raise some dollars to get them up here to Miami for camp. Recover training camp,
Yeah.
nutrition, house transportation. So, and this is the first time it's actually happened. Yeah,
Wow.
even shoes, cleats. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's like I'm setting up our girls to fail, and we can't let that happen.
Yeah. You
So
know what?
anything you can give would be appreciated.
We will. We will. I tell you what, right now, Ella, our producer, she's already placed at the top of the screen the GoFundMe for the Jamaican women's football team, and actually took a look at that. I think it's about 155,000 already raised. So we're going to add to that. The Mentor Monday community is definitely going to give back. And as you're talking about the lack of resources that the women's team has, and I'm assuming that the men's team is well funded. Am I correct in assuming that?
Well, I mean, where are they? They were in France. They just left France, so yes, they're properly funded.
Yeah, they're properly funded.
They could just play.
Yeah. What comes to mind, and this is something where, so my mother is from Jamaica, and I travel to Jamaica often. And one of the things that it almost upsets me now when I go is I feel as if so many people from around the world go and kind of use up the resources of Jamaica. They'll go and experience the land, and they'll go and they'll observe the sports and listen to the music, and then they'll pick up and leave and not leave anything, not leave any deposits in Jamaica. And so I feel like it's this well that or this mine, that keeps getting mined and keeps getting mined and keeps getting mined, and there's no give back. And so my question to you is, when you think about Jamaica and you think about kind of how Jamaica has been, in my opinion, right, has been at really a leadership position in everything, in music, hello, your family, right, your
Sports.
father, in sports, right, in
Mhm.
stoicism, if you think about Marcus Garvey and you think about Mary Seacole, right, if you think about all of these areas, Jamaica is this little tiny country that has had probably the biggest impact in the world. And what I want to know from you is, do you believe the world is really doing justice by Jamaica? I mean, do you believe that do you believe that almost Jamaica is getting its just due, even though it's tops in all of these categories? I mean, do you feel like it is, I'm trying to really find the words. I just feel like Jamaica almost gets disrespected, and used. And so I'm curious to find your opinion on that.
Well, I think Jamaicans are the first one to disrespect the greatness that they have. And so if you can't, it's like a great man is never honored in his own country. So if you can't see the value in yourself and what you actually have, yeah, you might think a man is smarter than you. They're not smarter than you. They just realize that you're dumb because you're not really utilizing all the resources that is sitting right there in front of you. We've been our worst enemies. I mean, when we talk about coffee, we talk even down to cuisine. I mean, so it's not to me. It's not that I think Jamaica is being used by everybody else in the world. I just think that people see an opportunity and they come knocking. That's
Wow,
it.
I see it. I see it. So then, where do you see the opportunity for Jamaicans and Caribbeans and even minorities on this call? I mean, what's interesting about, or this call, I said this session, is that we have a predominantly large female audience. So, for the most
Mhm.
part, watching you right now are mostly Black women who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs or grow their business, right? Whether they be in the
Mhm.
States, in the Caribbean, right, in England. Given what you just said, you know, what suggestions do you have for them in terms of what can they do? What are the three things you believe they can do right off this call, right off this session, to begin to see more opportunities and take advantage of more opportunities and then be able to give back?
Well, social media, you know. So we now have we can reach millions and millions of people just by one click. You know, it's a global gateway for a better understanding with any consumer who's sharing anything. And once you're passionate about it, you can use your social media to actually engage millions and millions of people. I mean, I use it every day for that. Like anytime we have to post up something where Bob says this or Bob says that is, and it's funny because it's kept that message alive for geez, for a long time.
Absolutely.
Second part of your question was what? Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Bishra
no.
is over here clicking on her. I'm actually talking to him.
I
I'm
hear her.
talking to his
I could hear her clicking too. I could hear her. So it's really about
view.
what can women in particular do to create more opportunity in their lives?
What can women do to create more opportunity in their life, Michelle? Educate themselves. Educate themselves. Yeah,
Absolutely.
but I think women are I think women are far more educated than yeah. Well, I don't even mean just college. Just educate yourself in life. Yeah. Look how many things you Google it sometimes and that's enough. Go
Right.
for what you want. Yeah.
Right.
Do like you do.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's interesting is that right now what we're doing right now, I mean, you think about it, it's 9:30, right, Eastern Standard Time, and there's over 100 people now listening, attempting to educate themselves. So I completely agree. That's the key. So here's another place that I want to go is that I really became familiar with you, and believe it or not, before these books, right? It was through fashion. It was through your fashion. And I'm really curious to find out, how did you stumble upon fashion, right? And also tell me about the Olympic team, because I saw some videos around you partnering with Puma and some of your work being the inspiration behind the actual uniform that the Jamaicans wore in the previous Olympics. So can you tell us about how you got into fashion, right? And then tell us about that experience with Puma.
Well, I got into fashion as a melody maker. Just being on the road. Being on stage. Every night, and it was we were kind of coming into our own field. As Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, and so it was like a natural progression. My great aunt was a seamstress, and I went to Alpha Academy, and we wear these white crochet belts, and that was like my first real experience in turning your hand make fashion. Because she would say, you know, enough of you buying these school belts all the time. You're gonna have to learn how to make this yourself. And so I started to crochet my own belts, you know, for my uniform. The Puma thing, funnily enough, we wanted to do a capsule with Puma around Dad, because we just thought it made sense. You know, sports, music, Bob Marley, it makes sense.
Sure, sure.
Um, and when I had my agents, you know, contact them and they went for their meetings, it just kind of came back. Well, we're interested in that, but we're more interested in Cedella designing for the Jamaica Olympic team. All right. So first of all, it kind of coming. It was a little bit like what does that mean? You know, we're talking about Usain now. Like we talk about Shelly Ann. We're talking about Warren Weir. We talk, you know. So it kind of took me for a loop, but that lasted probably 5 minutes. And then I got myself together and just really Grace Jones meets Bob Marley.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. And that was what I just took and went to paper, and that was how it was created.
Wow.
You know, so big up to Puma for, you know, giving me the chance to actually do that. Or athletes look great. It was a pleasure working with Usain on the campaign, and I would do it again. I would do it again.
Yeah, it was incredible. I thought it was incredible. I mean, during the sprints, I mean, it was only the Jamaican team that you saw at the top. So you saw a
We're
lot
bright.
of your
I
design.
mean, we were so bright. We're bright. We're fast. We're pleasant, and you know, and we're engaging and entertaining. And I think you saying as an athlete, you know, he's catapult what you expect. You know, he's just amazing. And it was a pleasure measuring his inseam. Um, yes,
Really, what was his
just coffee.
Sedella, give us the inside. What was Hussein? What was his
I
inseam? What
can't.
what what measurement was that?
It's a confidential thing.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't want to get to a lot of ladies want to know on you can see on the chat line a lot of ladies want to know, but I won't get too detailed there. So
And
so
it's everything that we think it is. It's everything that our naughty little minds think it is.
it's everything. Okay. Okay. That's all we need to know. Next question. Let's move to the next question. So here's what I want to know.
Mhm.
I was, doing some research. I went on to YouTube and I was pulling up videos, different interviews that you've done, different people that you've talked to. And you know what's fascinating? If you look at the comments, what was the number one comment across all of your videos? Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Wow,
What?
she looks great. Everyone. I find this fascinating. It wasn't just the men talking about it, it was the women. And because of how much respect your family has, right? How much respect. I think the men are very guarded in what they say. They would just say, she looks really good, and that would be it, right? And so
That's
I
what
want
seven brothers give you. When you have seven brothers,
to
that's what happens. They just block you all the
Oh
time.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I would not want to mess with any of your brothers, that's for sure. So here's my question though is so what's your routine? I mean, what do you do to look so good? I mean, what are you eating? What are you drinking? What's your exercise routine look like?
Well, I mean, I've been a vegetarian since I was 18 years old. Um, you know, and just being a dancer from I'm young is just giving me, you know, strong lines. You know, I can easily pop back. I pop back after 3 pregnancies to, you know, my fighting weight. Um, I must confess, I am a workoutaholic. I work out twice a day. In the
Wow.
mornings, I'm doing my T25, and then in the evenings, I do my P90X.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and you know, I eat what I want, but I must say I probably eat more fruits than actually vegetables because I probably am a fruitarian more than a vegetarian actually.
Wow.
I take my supplements, you know. Um, I drink my little collagen at night. And so whatever it takes to remain nice and dewy and ooey and, keep my husband interested, I attend to it.
Right. No, no, that I tell you what, that is important. My full-time job, what I do day in, day out is I'm a matchmaker, and the
What?
relationship, yeah, that's right. That's right. You did not know that, Sedona? I am
Oh
I
no. Wait, let me
oh
come here, Michelle. No, no, no.
oh yeah.
Remember, I'm taking the summer off.
Oh no, no,
She's
no, no,
taking the
no.
summer off.
No, 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 no,
So
no.
she's taking the summer off from her husband.
She's taking the summer off from her husband? I can't do anything with her
Yes.
then. No, no, I'm sorry. I can't do anything with her.
Really? Oh, I'm gonna roll with the girls for the summer.
All right, all
Strictly
right.
football.
Yeah, here's my question though. I love what you said. You said to keep your husband interested. You know, real quick because you're balancing so much, but we didn't talk about the fact that outside of business, you're balancing, you're a mom and you are a
Mhm.
wife, right? What do you think are some of the secrets to keeping that family together? Because that's something that I see impacting us as a community, namely a black community all over the world. I mean, let's face it, there is a decrease in in committed relationships all over the world, but some of the harshest drops, in relationships I've seen are in our community. And so, what are some of your tips, your secrets almost to keeping your family unit together?
Well, I mean, simple. It's like at least trying to have one meal together. Whether it be breakfast or lunch or dinner. Funny, and I think most Jamaicans, we used to always have family dinners. It was the one time where everybody is sitting down at the table and you just talking and you just expressing how your day went. It don't have to be no big thing. Have dinner. Try and just have Sunday dinner with your family. For my husband, Sundays is our movie day. We just lay in bed after my first workout and we just watch movies all day. And it's just time for us to just be together and enjoy each other and just chill. It don't have to
Right.
be nothing. We don't do this whole thing where we have to go out to dinner. No, my home is my everything. Everything happens in my house. My meetings happen here. I design here. I sew here. And so I'm always here when my boys get home. It's something that I never had. Growing up, I never really had my parents around a lot. So it was very important for me to not repeat that for my. I mean, I turned out fine. It wasn't like say it damaged me in any way, but it's just something that if you say coulda, woulda, shoulda, if I could have changed something, that would have been, you know, something that I would have changed. Just being able to have my parents with me more than just being on the road and you're at home with your auntie, God bless her heart. But it's just finding that have that one Sunday dinner or Saturday dinner and have that movie night with your husband.
Sure,
Lay in bed, do nothing.
sure, sure. You just said something interesting. You talked
I mean,
about
I think
wanting.
he's still interested. I need to ask him if he's still interested. He seems still interested. Oh, he interested. Oh, he
Oh, he's
interested.
interested. Oh, yeah, I heard her. My bet is he's interested. That's my bet. But it's interesting. You talked about that desire to have spent more time, right, with your parents. But what do you think is the number one? And I know it's probably hard to break it down to just one, but what do you think the top lesson your parents taught you or the top value that they instilled in you? I mean, clearly, when I think about Marley, legacy, I think about work ethic. I think about just work, 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 work. But what's
Mhm.
maybe another value, or even if it's that one, but what's a value or a lesson that both your parents instilled in you?
Don't change yourself to suit anyone. You know, don't change yourself to suit anyone. Um, I remember, Ziggy had locks. when he was younger, and then he decided, he didn't want it anymore when it was time to go to school. And you would get this all the time. Why you don't locks? Why you don't locks? Because I don't want to. I don't want to lock. The locks don't mean anything to me. You know. And another thing. Funnily enough, when you hear Daddy talk about our faith, our Rastafarian faith, I think he gets really deep with it. In our house, it was all about love and respect for everyone. Simple. The simple one love message he truly believed in. You people can do whatever. Just love and respect everyone for who they are.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was it.
Powerful, powerful. So, another thing I've been thinking about is that through the fact that your family is so prominent, I would imagine that you have met or had the opportunity to really meet all of the, most successful people around the world. When you think about successful business people in this day and age, who are some of your, maybe I won't call them idols, but people that you look up to that are really running their businesses the way that you aspire to run your business?
Oprah,
Okay.
right, Michelle?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
always.
yeah. Oprah. And but I need a male. I need a male. You see, normally, like when I spend my business days with males, it's usually lawyers and accountants and just very boring people. Um, they do get it done. And Simon Fuller.
Okay.
Simon Fuller.
Okay.
I met him, and what impressed me about him is just his grace. He's very gracious, very humble, you know. And of course, one of my mentors, Chris Blackwell.
Okay.
You know, they get it done. They put in the work and they get it done.
Okay. Wow. And
Okay.
that was actually what I was just about to ask you. That's perfect. Is who were your mentors growing up? Because obviously this call, what we try to do is we are allowing you to mentor us. Even though it's only for, 40 minutes, we're getting mentorship from you. Who are some of your top mentors growing up, and what are the lessons that they taught you?
Well, I would have to say, really and truly, I never really had many mentors.
Watched our moms.
You know what?
We watched our moms.
Yeah, we did watch our mothers. We watched them closely. Um, yeah, my mom is everything. Jano, she's truly everything. Um, but as far as really getting down to playing in the boys' camp, it would have to be Chris Blackwell. Like
Okay.
he really took me under his wing, and some lessons that I have learned along the way and continue to learn from him is I can't trade that for anything. So and mind you, when 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 I first came into his life, he was like, "Why don't you go and like go and do some modeling, or why don't you?" He was giving me that really. I was like, "Really, really, Chris Blackwell? Like you don't think I have a brain?" You know? And yeah, after 5 minutes of that, I got that cleared up real quick. So and we've been, he's the godfather to my firstborn, so
Oh,
we're really tight. We really have a great relationship.
wow.
Yeah, so it'd be Chris Blackwell and my mom.
Wow, love it, love it. So I tell you what, I have a last question for you. I know the audience is going to say, "Last question." No, no, no. This is something that I'm
Yes,
just
yes.
yeah, I'm just curious about. That room that you're in looks amazing. I don't know about, I mean, I like
Yeah.
looking at the background. That room, can you tilt the camera a little bit in there? Can we see a little bit more of it? I mean, that looks like a nice, look at that.
This is the office. This is where I get everything done, basically.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's
Wow. Love it. Love it.
it's my favorite room too, actually.
Yeah, I love that. A matter of fact, there was an interview I saw that you did, and it looked like it was shot in there. I wondered if you did it in there. That is a beautiful room. Look, everyone is like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that room is popping. It looks like Yeah, it's the Marley Oval Office, someone just said.
It is. This is
Yeah,
where all the magic happens.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
where all the magic happens.
So here you have to send us out with this. You have to send us out with the story. Tell us about the most magical moment that you could tell us about that happened in that room. Who I know there's been some fascinating people, ideas have come up. What's been the most magical moment in that room? Keeping it clean with us, Cedella. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Oh, keep it clean.
What time is it?
It's not yet.
um. Uh, wait. Keeping it clean.
Keeping it clean. Oh, so well,
Well, you
someone
did
just
say
asked.
magical moment.
I'm sorry. Someone just asked, where is it? Are you in Jamaica or Miami now?
I'm in Miami.
In Miami. Okay. All right.
I'm in
Super.
Miami.
Okay.
Well, you know what? One of the magical moments that happened in this room is creating the Olympic kit for the Jamaican Olympic team. I would say that was a magical moment that happened. Keeping it clean, that was a magical moment that happened in this room.
All right. Everyone's telling me that they're grown and they want the unclean version, but I'm gonna tell them to go to Twitter on that one. We're gonna hold that.
No,
We're, we're gonna hold the
yeah.
unclean version.
Yeah,
We're
because
gonna
you know
hold
what? I
that.
have children.
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
children. So
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna hold that. So this is what I want to say. I want to say that I mentioned this in the introduction, but this is, this is I thought long and hard, but I truly do consider you a princess. I mean, and I believe that there are millions upon millions of people that believe the same. And I want to thank you, for your work. I want to thank you on behalf of your family for what you've done to this world. I mean, our mission is to leave the world a better place, and it's clear that you and your family have met that mission. So thank you very much, for your time,
thank you. Thank
and
you for
blessing
having
us.
me. And we must do it
Absolutely.
again.
We will. Now, can you point the camera one more time? I have one more thing to say. I have one more thing to say. You, young lady in the back. This is what I want to say to you. Do not take off. No, no, don't put the hat on. Don't put the hat on. No, no, don't put the hat on. Don't put the hat on. You do not take off from your husband for the summer. And if you are thinking one more time about taking off from your husband, I want you to call me. Let's have a conversation real quick before you do that. Okay? Let's have a
Oh,
conversation before you do that.
with or without drinks, Paul. With or without drinks.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. But no, but thank you very much. You guys have been great. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Gotta
God bless
strike
you.
hard.
Strike.
You
That's
too.
right. Strike hard. I'm gonna make sure. I'm
Strike
gonna
hard.
wrap up and make sure that everyone goes and supports the GoFundMe tonight.
A couple of them
Thank
have
you.
already done it in the chat.
Okay.
I was chatting with them.
Okay.
Some of them already did.
Bye, Paul.
All right, super. Take care. Good night. Good night. All right, I tell you what,
Bye.
everyone say good night to Cedella. And here's what we're going to do, folks. This is exactly what we're going to do, is because uh and I'm going to do this too, is I want everyone, if you feel like you got something out of that session, if you feel like you've received anything from her or her family in the past, I want you to go support GoFundMe. Ella, if we could put that up one more time. That's the Jamaican women's football team, right? That's their soccer team. We want to make sure that we support them. Uh, Keep in mind that she's the ambassador. Cedella is the ambassador of this organization. And if you think about the lack of resources that the group has, I mean, it's awful. And so think about what she said: $1, $2, $5, $10, anything that you can do to support would be welcomed. And so she's just awesome, and I'm glad we didn't get dirty about that couch. I'm glad we didn't go there. So two more quick things that I want to share with the audience. Two more very, very important things, actually. One thing is that I am now the board member of a university that's based out of Istanbul, Turkey, and there's campuses all around the world, in Rome, in Hong Kong, but there's a new campus that's being opened in Washington, D.C. And I also sit on none other than the scholarship committee. And I have the ability to give away several full tuition scholarships for the grad program, namely the executive MBA program. I see a lot of congrats, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so I'm literally giving them away, and I want to give them away to my family. And so I'm not going to publicly announce this. I'm going to just, I've told my team members and people that I work with, and now I'm telling my Mentor Monday community. If you are interested in getting a grad degree, if you don't have one yet, or if you're interested in getting an additional grad degree, Ella is going to put up a link where you can just submit your information, let us know, and I'll make sure that we get all the information to you. That is a full tuition, 100% tuition taken care of for an executive MBA. There's also grad degrees in global affairs as well. So I want to make sure that I mention that to the Mentor Monday community. And now the last thing that I want to mention, this is just as cool, is there is a group that is based out of New Orleans. It's called Power Nuola. It's actually Power Moves. It's the URL is actually powermovesnola.org, and we'll make sure that we get that up. Powermovesnola.org. Now check this out. This organization is specifically it's a venture fund that is partnering up with Essence Music Fest this year and Coca-Cola and Chevron and a number of other large players. And they are providing financing. I should even say financing. They're providing funding, cash, no equity to specifically minority entrepreneurs. So if you have a business idea or you're 5 years deep in your business, right, wherever you are, they are providing funding, they're providing a boot camp, they're providing mentorship, they're providing advisors, and they've asked me to actually MC an event that they're doing during the Essence Music Fest. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to mobilize all of the Mentor Monday crew that will be at Essence on the 4th of July, which is when I'm going to be overseeing this event, and we're going to have you come down, right? We're all going to meet up. Probably we'll have a couple drinks or two, and it's going to be an opportunity for me and everyone else that's in Power NOLA to get you introduced to potential funders, to get you introduced to potential advisors, to get you introduced to more mentors. They're going to be top business professionals, top investment bankers, top, just you name it, people from all around, not just the country, but the world, coming to this particular event, not just Essence Music Fest, but this particular event around Power Moves NOLA. And it's something that's super, super special. And so if you are going to be going to Essence, if you didn't plan on and now you're thinking about it, come down. We'll make sure that we get all the information. Ella, if you can get the information up for people who are interested in coming to click through. Our event is at noon. It's on July 4th at Manning's Restaurant in NOLA. But we'll make sure that we get all the information. So make sure that you click through to that. And then so uh, Tyra Jones says Ella is on top of that thing. Ella is on top of everything. Everybody should just give Ella let's give Ella a slow clap. Look at that. Let's give Ella a slow clap. She's on top of everything. Ella, and she's put together an amazing team right now. But that's the link, by the way, on top of me right there. That's the link to go to if you're interested in the executive MBA program, if you're interested in coming to New Orleans for us to do a meetup, right? Actually, if you're just looking at Mentor Monday maybe for the first time and you're curious about this mastermind thing or anything else we do, that's the link that you go to right there, and we'll get you more information. So look at all those shout outs to Ella. I love it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to end early. And here's why we're going to end early is because Mentor Monday Mastermind begins, right? So we've already started a lot of the masterminds. Some groups have met 3 times, twice. Some groups are just going to be meeting for the first time tonight because we have a rolling admission for mastermind. Tonight we will have over 100 masterminds from anywhere from 5 to 10 people participating. This is something super, super exciting. It's incredible that we have so many people participating, over 100 masterminds, and it all starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to get off so that everyone can spend a couple minutes getting ready for their mastermind. And I want everyone to have an incredible week. And let's kind of go out thinking about what Cedella said is that she grew up in her household and she talked about her father and her mother's belief of love and respect. And one of the things that I can testify to is that when you go out of your way to treat people with love and respect, not only does it come back to you, but it's going to come back to those you love. And what's interesting is if you love and respect everyone, the world becomes truly an awesome place. So, one love, everybody. Have a great night, and I will see you all on the 23rd. Good night.